fitness and firefighting, because it's such an important thing in that field. Because if I had to be honest, I saw a big fat guy coming up to my house. I'm like, well, I'm not making it out of here. But if I saw a strong dude carrying an axe coming at me, I'd be like, I got a chance. So that's kind of my my goal for this.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Heather, how about you? Introduce your little partner there as well.
Hi, I'm Heather. This is my daughter, Malaya.
Hi.
And that's our dog, Pluto. And I am interested in the fitness field because I had trouble motivating myself, or like, I don't want to say lack of discipline, but staying consistent in the gym. And I thought helping others would help myself. And that's what I'm doing here.
Thanks for sharing. All right, Nick, how about you? You look like you're in a dark room with your hoodie on. I feel like we're going to a boxing match this morning.
Up all the time. Hello. Thank you all for taking the time to be here. My name's Nick. I coach youth swimming, and I really like working with youth athletics, but I've also like the diversity that you guys are all bringing for the different avenues of getting into the fitness field. And currently I don't really know where I want to go with this. Maybe open a business, maybe work for someone for a while, but I'm here to listen and learn. And this is George. I'm the best kitty in the world. He wanted to come say hi.
That's awesome. And Nick, you shouldn't downplay it. You've been a swim coach in the Madison area for like 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got some really great connections, and he is the head coach, right?
Yeah, for the YMCA and then for the Goodman Waves.
Yeah. So feel free to share this stuff, because this is the connections you're going to make in this classroom. You know, afterwards, you never know who they might connect you with. Someone might have a client that needs help with swimming, or someone might want to do a spotlight on you in their website or some of their social media. So share as much as you like. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
All right, Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I have to introduce the puppy too. This is Maisie. I'm mainly in this class because I've always loved fitness, and well, I want to actually start an organic farm with my fiance someday. And we both love fitness, so it'd be cool to incorporate eating really well. So the nutrition aspect of this, and also possibly doing classes on the farm, so people could come out and do a group fitness thing out there. And I also would love to go to culinary school just to make a full circle there and create just really good tasting, healthy foods.
Thanks for sharing. All right, Jake. Sorry if you hear Harper screaming in the background, by the way. I don't know. She's upset this morning, I guess. Go ahead, Jake.
All right. So as Akela said, I'm Jake. My plan for this program is kind of twofold. This summer, I'm planning on joining the Army Reserves, and then I'm hoping to use this program as a stepping stone to get me into Carroll for physical therapy, so that I can then use that physical therapy degree as a complement to potentially a career in the Army. Then the second goal that I have for this program is something for kids in my community. I worked with kids for a couple of years at a daycare, and I'm currently a youth group leader at my church, and kids are fantastic. There's something enlightening about them, and I would really like to establish some sort of program for my community so that the kids in the community can come to like a park once a week and play together and just kind of freely roam and get to know people face to face rather than through a screen. And we'll see where I can go with that. Also, one more thing, Kate, I'm really looking forward to your explanation as to what forest bathing is, because I'm a big outdoorsman myself. I hunt and fish pretty much everything I can in Wisconsin, and that's the first time I've heard that term. So I'm really looking forward to that explanation.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, Claire, I love that you're bringing all your pets into this introduction today. This is great.
just being annoying. My name's Claire. What did you want us to say? Sorry.
Share about maybe where you're headed in the field.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I want to do personal training. So I haven't decided if I want to go into the 2-year yet. But for now, I want to do the 1 year and see where that takes me, and then hopefully get into a gym somewhere, and start there, and then maybe in the future go off on my own. So that's my plan.
Yeah, and you kind of have your eyes set on the Princeton Club, right?
Yep, that's
So we're
cool.
gonna, I know Clay's not here today and that's a bummer, but it's okay. We're gonna get you connected too, so. All right, thanks for sharing. Carly, you okay? I know, are you yelling at your dog or someone else?
Yeah, she's running around crazy. Hi, my name's Carly. I work at a gym right now at the front desk, just to kind of get my foot in the door and see what opportunities I can do there. I'm been kind of having a lot of conversations with the owner about like what kind of classes she already has and maybe what would benefit the club more. So I'm thinking about doing some type of elderly class there. I didn't think I wanted to do group fitness because I'm kind of awkward sometimes, but I think I'm getting more comfortable with it. I think maybe that's a strength of mine, is being awkward and weird. Also, I just really want to help people. I was at a point in my life, and fitness really changed my life. And then COVID happened and I kind of got off track. So now I'm in the process of getting back on track again. And I'm in a longer scheme of things, I'm hoping to maybe get a career in recreational therapy in like a mental institution or something, because I know that that really helps people that are in the mental institution. It's something they really look forward to in their day. So, and it kind of puts all my favorite things together, art, music, fitness. So that's it. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. And I'm gonna actually kind of segue off of that. We're gonna pause with introductions here because I know Jenna has to leave for a client. And I could tell Jenna was connecting with what Carly was saying, because if you didn't notice, she was going like this, because I think that Jenna feels that sometimes what she would say is awkward, I don't think she's awkward, but what she would say is awkward is one of her strong suits as well. But Carly, I wouldn't say you're awkward either. I love your personality and what you bring to the class. So Jenna, do you want to take yourself off mute? Just tell us a little bit about what you do at Orange Shoe and your favorite part about your position there.
Yeah, okay, great. Awesome. Way to go, Carly, by the way. Yeah, I'm the most awkward human being ever. I'm weird and just can be too much for people, but I don't care. It got her. She's fine. Yeah. She lives with me. Okay, so Orange Shoe, I teach PT, so personal trainers. We do only 30-minute PT sessions, which are actually pretty amazing. You can really get like I almost swore there, I'm sorry, a really good workout in that 30 minutes, and it's really awesome getting clients in and out. And then I also teach small group classes on Zoom and in person as well. I will tell you one thing, I never thought I would be teaching over a computer screen ever in my life. That was not something that I wouldn't say I wasn't interested, it just never crossed my mind, I guess you can say. And now it's my new normal. It's my everyday situation. It's pretty amazing. You really have to dig deep into kind of like the workouts and, because everyone's limited with their equipment. They're limited with what we can do, but it's actually been probably one of my favorite things that I do is the Zoom classes. I look forward to my clients all coming on. It gives us that chance to connect throughout the week. Some people are just working, don't really get much contact. So honestly, like something like this is pretty amazing for everybody. And people really thrive with it. Surprisingly, I was a little surprised with how many clients come every day. I have a class, I teach every other day, but we have Zoom classes every day. and we have the same people come, show up, they work, and we make it fun. We have conversation, we talk, we get through it, and it's probably one of my most rewarding parts of that job is those classes, because it's kind of more of a personal situation too. You know, we're on this computer, everyone's kind of staring at each other. So you're kind of forced to talk and get to know each other and be together and make it rock. My class last Friday was like, it was like I had one big party in my kitchen. I swear, it was wild. People come in, they're goofy, they're fun. We make the workout fun. You just kind of have to bring your own personality to the game. That's something that I personally will say I thrive on. I'm loud, I'm obnoxious. I'm really, what's the word? I'm like a really good hype man, I guess you could say. Like, yeah. I'll give myself that. And bringing that to the table really is fun, because I work with 4 other people, the 2 owners, and then it's just me and another trainer. And we all bring something different to the table. And I think that the first thing that came to mind when everybody started meeting me was, I think my boss said, your personality just like, it hits for certain people, and it just kind of like shows through my workouts. We all do different things, but yeah, I bring a lot of energy, and you got to bring it. I was never a group fitness person, like Akela said. I remember taking her class, and I think within the first week or 2, I was like, nope, this ain't happening. It's not for me. I like people, but nah, I don't want to talk in front of people. Let me tell you, when I had a nightmare, but the day before my group fitness final, like a nightmare. I did not sleep. I thought I missed it. It was the worst thing ever. I came in just not good. But I will, to be honest, I put those headphones on, and I knew what I was doing, because I knew the workout that I did and how I wanted it to go. And I put that microphone on, and I tell you, it came out smoother than I think I could have ever imagined for myself. It went better than I think I could have expected it to be. Music helps, obviously. Personality helps. Bringing what you know. Remember, you are that expert. You are that person. So they are here to watch you. You know the most. And I think that's what you have to be confident in, is doing that workout that you are going to feel best in, that you know you can teach the best. And yeah, like Akela said, I put that microphone on. I'll tell you what, I felt like, I don't know, I was on stage in a spotlight. It was fun. It's way more fun than you would think.
They don't even have to wear a microphone this year.
Yeah, you guys. Oh yeah, how are you guys doing it?
We're gonna do it in Zoom, but they don't have to wear a microphone. So
yeah, and so it'll be in the comfort of your own home. All I can say is just be confident and be the expert in your workout. Just you know it best. You teach it how you want to teach it. Bring a little something different to the table, you know. And now here I am teaching group classes for people. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things to do, is because you can be loud, that music goes up. People want to hear, you know, they want that energy there, because it motivates them. Other people motivate them. You know, the best thing I think I've learned too through this process is when you, like in our Zoom classes, we kind of have this thing where you pick out each person, you say their name at least twice throughout the workout, okay? And you compliment something they're doing correct, you know, you kind of bring it in, and you don't realize, but other people who hear that are listening, and it makes them want to do better, okay? So it pushes them to do that better, to do that move differently. Oh, Steve did this really well. Oh, let me just, you know, and it makes them conscious. They think about it, it hypes them up, and then it gets them more motivated. Yeah, it's just the best part. My job's really rewarding, and I'll tell you, it doesn't feel like a job. And I think that's the best thing I can take from it. My mornings are early, 4 or 5 o'clock a.m. Like, hey, but they happen. I get up, and once I see that first face in the morning, I'll tell you what, it's game over, and I feel like I'm there, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And yeah, I just show up every day and be me. I can't tell you anything else other than to be yourself and bring your best self to the table, and don't apologize for it. That's all I can tell you. Do not apologize for your weirdness, your quirkiness, your different whatever aspect, workout, whatever it is you bring, don't apologize for it. Be confident in it and just go for it. And I swear you will feel that much better in the end. And it'll just keep building after. Because like Akela said, I started off not very confident. I also had, I can come back too, by the way. I can leave now, but I'll be back in like 25 minutes. But yeah, like Akela said, you think you can't do something, and I've been brought out of my comfort zone more than I ever have in my entire life. And I could not be more grateful and thankful for that, because I would not be where I am. And if you're not gonna go outside that comfort zone, then you're gonna stay right where you're at. And that's not where I feel like any of you wanna be. From what it sounds like from half your stories, you all have some really amazing qualities, and you need to be confident and proud of those, and don't second guess yourself. That's all I can say too. Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Jenna.
Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. I just gotta go take care of this.
Okay, bye. So yes, Jenna always brings the heat. You can feel her passion and her energy for the field. And, you know, if there was ever an opportunity that came up, Jenna was like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, let me do that. Actually, sometimes we had to have conversations about, should you really do this? Like, what does your plate look like right now? Is your plate too full? Because she just wants to be a sponge. She wants to soak up all that information and all those connections. So that's definitely one of Jenna's best traits and what's made her successful in the industry already just after a year and a half in the program. So, okay, let's keep going with introductions real quick. And then next up, we're gonna hear from Kate and what forest bathing really is, because I know Jake is just dying to know. So Deanna, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Hi, good morning. I'm Deanna Davenport. I have a history in massage therapy, also some coaching high school students. So I'd like to eventually open up my own wellness center, incorporate all aspects of everything I've learned in life, have massage, have personal training, have group fitness classes, maybe a pool and a sauna and like all the things, work my way up to that. But as of right out of school, I just like to start with personal training or group training, just get to know the industry.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. All right, Bella, how about you?
Hi, I'm Bella, and I'm kind of like Deanna. I just want to do personal training or group training. There's so many directions you can go. I'm not really sure yet. I'm still trying to figure out like specifically what course I want to take.
Yeah, Bella, maybe you and Kate could match up and you could take them out on a climbing trip, because that's kind of where she's kind of headed. And then Kate could do some forest bathing afterwards. You guys could do your own workshop together and sell it. That'd be fun. All right, Tyler, how about you?
Hi, I'm Tyler. I currently work in Madison at Fire Fitness. I'm certified through them as a trainer, but I want to do this year program and get nationally certified through ACE so I can eventually move up as a personal trainer.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Kiana?
Hi, I'm Kiana. I joined the program because I've been working out for a few years, and I'm always getting asked by friends and family for like more information and how I do what I do. And I just thought joining the program would give me like a lot more information that I can provide for them. And then I'm going to go towards like the health coach kind of area, like have more of like a broad understanding of everything that I can help with everybody. But I suppose I could always do like a group fitness or personal training too. So.
Awesome, thanks. Clara?
Hi, I'm Clara. I sort of know the general areas of where I want to go with the program, but I'm still working out a few kinks.
Yeah, no problem. I think some people, like even professionals in this room, would say, we're still working out our kinks too. We're still trying to figure out our path. I think that makes you a good professional in this industry. Kara, I didn't think you were going to be here. You're here. I'm so glad you're able to join. Are you able to speak?
Yeah, I'm able to speak. This morning was rough. So
Yeah, I understand.
I'm glad that I was able to get on for at least a minute. I think I'll be able to be on for most of it. But I'm Kara, and I am in this class to learn how to be a lifestyle coach. I'm very much into spirituality and things like that, but there is just something more to having fitness and wellness under your belt in tandem with all of that. So I'm really interested in that. I am also very curious to know what forest bathing is. So I read that and I was like, what is that? That sounds awesome, but I don't know what it is. So I'm right there with everybody else who wants to know what it is.
Perfect. See, that's our biggest selling point, is that no one knows what it is. So they don't want to dig deeper, and then they reach out and ask questions. So Stephanie.
I'm Stephanie. I'm not sure where I want to go with this program yet. I just know that fitness and wellness changed my life, and my goal is to help people. And this will help build my ability to do so. So that's what I'm here for.
And you got your kitty too.
Yeah, this girl just came to me from Alabama. I think her name's gonna be Kona, and Aspen I've had for 9 years. So
that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Julia. Oh, she just got up. Sorry. Are you able to speak?
No, I was just looking over the side of my couch.
Oh, you were trying to find your kitty too?
Yeah, she's being, I don't know if you saw, but she was being a pain. She was coming at me with those claws. She's just like 6 months old, so what can you expect? Anyway, I'm Julia. I guess I'm in the program. I hated gym class growing up. Like, I hated it. I was never a fitness guru. Like, when I was in high school, I got made fun of because I was like, oh, Julia can't do anything, you know, whatever. I cried during the mile run, you know, that kind of kid. But then I got out of high school, or I guess maybe like more like my last year of high school, and I started going to a gym, and I just being able to independently work out and do group fitness training was a lot different than obviously gym class. And I started to feel a lot better about myself. I was struggling with an eating disorder and things like that. I got like just exponentially better. And then those people at the gym became like my best friends. Like some of my trainers are like some of my best friends. So yeah, I guess I'm here to do that. I want to be a group fitness coach or a personal trainer and do the same thing that happened to me for other people. So
yeah, thanks for sharing.
And I do have a cat, but
yeah,
wild.
So. Likes to attack her during class.
Yes, and boot me out. She'll jump on my computer and boot me out. So.
All right, Josie.
Hi, I'm Josie. I kind of like Chelsea, but backwards. I was in culinary school last year, and I want to use that information to kind of get me more into nutrition and use that and the knowledge from these classes to do training in nutrition. But I don't really know in what aspect, I guess.
That's okay. We've only been here for 9 weeks. I don't expect you to know your life goals in 9 weeks. All right, Bree, how about you?
Hi, I'm Bree. Oh goodness. Okay. Sorry. I am a second year in the program, so I think I've met all of you. I think Amanda hopped off, but I remember she came into group, and then Kate, we did forest bathing last fall. Yep. So I passed my group fitness exam in February right before COVID hit, and then did my own online training deal until I got a job. So now I'm a personal trainer for Anytime in Oregon and Stoughton, and I'm taking my PT exam in December.
Yeah, great work. Proud of you. All right, how about Abby, do you want to share?
Sorry about that. Yeah, when you said that you didn't mean to send it to groups, so I just thought, well, I was excited. I was like, oh, I don't remember her mentioning this at all, but okay.
I didn't. I accidentally sent the wrong email. I sent it to Group Fitness and not Intro, and Abby jumped on because she's like, "Oh, I want to be here." So you're more than welcome to stay and hang out. But please introduce yourself too.
Hi, I'm Abby. I graduated with the rec management. What was that? Was this fall? With more of the outdoor emphasis, but I took health coaching and absolutely loved it. And I'm in this to learn for myself and hopefully help others later on. Did forest bathing, awesome, so fun. But yeah, thank you for letting me be here. Cool, I'm excited for this.
Of course. And Kara is sick today, but she is listening in from bed. And I am just going to introduce her for a minute, but she would like to start her own business. She privately messaged me and was like, "Can you please introduce me?" So yeah, I will. In the area of mindfulness and have her own personal training practice. So I appreciate her being here, even though she's not feeling well. All right. Well, without further ado, Kate, can you please tell us what forest bathing is and a little bit about yourself and your journey?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me here. I'm so glad to have some of you who were on the forest bathing walk last year. And I think we did one the year before, so maybe you've been on two. So feel free, to also share your experience with it, and because it's a little different for everybody. So essentially, forest bathing is also known as Shinden Yoku, and that's a Japanese term, and it does not mean, like Akela said, heading off to the woods with some soap and a back scrubber. What it is immersing yourself in the atmosphere of nature and letting it wash over you. So if you think about it like sunbathing, I think that helps. I know my brother, who's the international marketing guy, is like, "Oh my God, you got to change the name of that, forest bathing. That sounds so weird." But like Akela said, it piques people's curiosity, like, what is that exactly? So someday I'll have my own center, and there will be a hot tub in the woods, because I do get that from people, and maybe a sauna and a fire pit and much more. But so essentially, when I take people forest bathing, I am taking them to nature to help them immerse themselves in nature and activate all of their senses. So we are getting out of our heads, getting off that hamster wheel, and tuning into our senses. So we are getting to know nature and actually ourselves in a different way. We're not logicking our way through. We're not thinking about it. We're not ruminating. We're not mulling. We are closing our eyes and listening to what's around us. And maybe it's the wind in the leaves, or maybe it's bird song, and we listen off to the sides, and we listen in front of us and behind us, trying to listen like an animal would, actually. You've probably heard in mindfulness this idea that you watch the leaf fall down on the river and then it floats away. And that's what you're supposed to do with all your thoughts that are bombarding you. For forest bathing, I like to say it is not mindfulness, it is mindlessness, right? Because you're out of your hamster wheel, but also we're leaning into those things. You're watching the leaf fall, and this is autumn, so maybe it's just like a brilliant orange or red leaf, and wow, that's amazing. And so you stay with those feelings, and it lands on the water, and you stay with it, and you notice how the water ripples or how the water sounds, or maybe did the leaf make a sound when it hit the water? And how do you feel? What are you feeling as it floats away? And also, like, what is it opening up to you? What does nature reflect back to you? So it can be really powerful. For some people, it opens up a lot of emotions. There's no right or wrong way to feel or to be out there. It's kind of between nature and you. And my job as the guide is just to open the door to the healing that is found in nature. My guiding group always says, the forest is the therapist, and nature provides each of us individually the healing we need. There's lots of great benefits to forest bathing, and it's all evidence-backed research. The Japanese started the practice in the 80s, and really was like kind of a marketing thing to get people into the woods because they have beautiful forests. But scientists thought there was something to it. You go to nature, right? And how do you guys feel when you go to nature? Good, right? Most of us, I don't know, nature can also be a scary place for some people, and that's something I have to be sensitive to as a guide. Nature also has difficult connotations based on what's happened in nature throughout the history of this country, what's happened in the woods. So there's sensitivity I need to bring to that. But if we lean into the idea that we feel good, it makes us feel calm. And that is because it's activating our parasympathetic nervous system, which is, as you guys know, right? Rest, digest, heal. And it's softening that sympathetic response, the fight, flight, freeze, panic, high stress response that most of us spend our time in. And that's really how I came to forest bathing. Is I was super stressed out, having a lot of anxiety in my job as editor-in-chief of Brava. And I started going to the dog park more and more and more, and for longer amounts of times, like 1, 2, 3 hours, and realized like there would be a certain point where I would just suddenly feel calm. And I was walking with my dog, but I was sitting there listening to the leaves or looking at the sun come through the leaves and just finding a place of beingness. And then I heard about forest bathing. We actually found an article in the Washington Post, and my publisher had sent it to me, and she was like, oh my gosh, we need to do this because we're both nature girls. And I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I messaged my best friend and my husband. I'm like, in my next life, I'm going to be a forest bathing guide. And they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds weird, but whatever, Kate. So here I am, it's 2.5 years later, that's what I'm doing. But once I read that, I realized like, that is what I'm doing. And if I can help other people find that in their lives, find that calm, you know, it's different than going to nature and going for a brisk hike or going with a gaggle of friends and talking. It's about really slowing down. Like we go at a snail's pace. Sometimes we are just in a little corner in the woods somewhere and we explore just that place. And what I do to help people explore is I offer a series of invitations, and what they are, they're prompts on ways to interact with nature. So for example, one might be after we do our sense opening, slowly walk down a path, spread out, and notice who or what is in motion. And maybe, does that set anything in motion for you? And then as would work in a typical walk, then we would come back and share. And that also is an invitation. There's no rule about having to share. And like I said, people share all kinds of things. Some experience grief, some experience great joy, some have revelations, some have ideas that start to pop up and bubble. And that's also the beauty of nature. So when you guys are stressed out, I'm so glad that you guys are into mindfulness and fitness and eating healthy. I mean, that all of those things are so important to supporting ourselves. But go take it out to the woods. I sit on a rock in my backyard, my sit spot. And I used to go every single day. And then I could go for 5 minutes and just feel that like, that calmness. But, you know, go to the woods, sit there, you know, ask the trees to take on your stress. I know that sounds kind of kooky to do that, but you know, it's another living being. Nature is alive. We are all from nature, right? We're made of the same elements and minerals and everything. And that's why people feel at home also in nature. But, you know, just ask nature to take it on, and then just start noticing what's going on around you. And that will greatly help with your sense of calm, right? Because when our parasympathetic nervous system is activated, we're breaking that stress response. We are relaxing. And there's all kinds of evidence, you know, 2 hours in the woods can increase your creativity by 20%, 4 days by 50%. So if you're struggling with a class project, a deadline, just a situation in your life that you need to figure out, go spend some time apart in nature and see what happens. See what kinds of ideas bubble up. Forest bathing, and Akela, cut me off if I'm blathering on too long.
No, you're doing good. And I don't know about everyone else, but even just like listening to Kate, my blood pressure is like coming down. When she just her descriptive words, and you can tell that she's a writer, right? I think you can all hear that in her voice and like what she brings to the table. So I think I just want to point out that like you have been able to use your strengths and turn them into something that you're really passionate about that doesn't bring anxiety or doesn't bring that stress to your life. And it's been so like rewarding as your friend. And I know you were a student, but as a friend to like watch you through that process too. So
thank you.
If you just want to share like a few more things, and we'll keep going on, and then we're going to come back to you too. So
okay, that sounds great.
Two more things that you think are important that we should know.
Okay. I think it's really important, the evidence behind it, what forest bathing does for our heart rate, our variable heart rate, our respiration, and the things that it does all contribute to finding a place of calm. And it's also really great for things like mood disorders, anxiety, hello, that's me, depression, PTSD. So it's something that can really serve a broad audience. And it's something, once you go on some walks with me, you learn how to do this yourself, and it just changes your connection to nature and your interconnectivity with the world, really. So email me if you want to know more, or go to my website. There's more details there.
Yeah, and I think even on your Facebook, do you still have that live video where they could go and take it out into the woods? And
the one I did for Dream Bank. Yeah. And I have a couple on my Facebook page. I have a couple like nature minutes that I started doing at the beginning of COVID when all my walks canceled. And I thought, how can I still help people? So I have like little short snippets in there, invitations of what you could go do in your backyard, or as you're walking to class, or, well, I guess no one's walking to class right now, but you know, just the things you can do in a minute or two to connect you with nature and help you find that peace and calm and sense of beingness.
Yeah. Okay, I'll send those out so everyone knows where to find them. Thank you so much for sharing. And I want to kind of just build on this. I know if I go to Laura next, Laura has the same like drive and passion that Jenna does. So we're going to go from like Soothe Kate to like Laura. So before we go to Laura, I want to come down to Amanda, and then we'll go Jade, because I know Amanda has a client she needs to leave. But I'm hoping, Amanda, will you start us out by talking about your continuing education that you've been doing with breathing exercises, and if you want to take us through one of those practices.
I'll probably pass on taking you through.
That's okay.
It takes a long time, and it's already 9:20, so it's been some time already. Yes, I have really expanded my education beyond just the ACE certification, and it's done wonders for me and my client base. So I am the only certified breathing coach in the Oxygen Advantage, or the Buteyko method, in Wisconsin. I'm working towards my master's on that too. And Kate was talking about the parasympathetic nervous system, and really Jenna was talking about the sympathetic nervous system, and you have to have both and in balance in order to actually have a very like non-threatening life. And that also brings me to something that is kind of contentious between me and Kayla, but Z Health, which, do you mind if I share screen, Kayla?
You want to do the screen?
Do you mind if I share the screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And it's not contentious. Don't say that.
So I'm going to share my screen with you.
I have to make you the host though, so hold on.
That's fine. You don't have to. But this particular kind of education that I've gone through is because of Annie. Oh, did it share? And Z Health, it's kind of tough to explain, but to explain it, I'm actually going to go to their education. So if you can see here, we have a brain for one reason and one reason only, and that's to produce adaptable and complex movements. Movement is the only way we have of affecting the world around us. So Z Health is basically a survival and performance experience, and we do that through a neurological lens. So if you're ever having pain, fatigue, lack of motivation, lack of desire, those are all ways that our brain uses to create survival. We've survived this far without doing something, so I don't really want to go do it, versus performance, something that you can actually do leaps and bounds of. You can meet new PRs. So we use that in terms of, somebody's in a chat, was that to me? Oh, Kayla's sending me
Just putting the link in. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really amazing way of looking at movement and looking how we train clients. We don't train them by saying, go do bicep curls, go do this, go get your sweat on. It's more of how is your body reacting to its environment and how can we make it react better so that you have a better performance output. So there's the Z Health, there's the Oxygen Advantage, and the one that I'm particularly proudest of is my Strong First certification, which is with kettlebells. And it's very, it's a hard certification to go through. And I'm currently working on my level 2. So if you have questions about that, their website shows pretty much how to go through it, but it's a school of strength. So we believe that strength is a skill that can be taught and that you don't have to know exactly how to do a pull-up, but there's other things to be able to teach the skill about getting to a pull-up. So that's really what I do. When I was even 5-10 years ago, I was overweight, super depressed, really unhappy. I breathed through my mouth. Don't do that. Breathe through your nose. I don't care if you like breathing through your mouth. Stop it. Just breathe through your nose. And I found this program. I found Akela, and Akela matched me with Annie. And in the past 2 years, I've completely changed how I interact with my environment and how I've kind of changed really my path. So I know some of you are like, I don't know what I want to do. Great. You don't need to. You don't. But really don't hamstring yourself and just think the only thing that I need to do is this in order to do that. Find different paths and different things and really find your niche. If you try to do everything, you're doing a disservice to yourself. I'll tell you, half the time, my clients are probably in tears the past 6 months, and I've only had one quit in the past 6 months, and I've gained more. And the only reason why they quit is because they moved to Seattle, and I matched her with a coach out there. So really make yourselves invaluable to your clients by providing with them what you do best, but make sure that it's through their lens and their optics. Like I had a client earlier today, I had on her program, we're doing pulls, we're doing deadlifts, we're doing some pull-up strategies and techniques to get her to that. She came in and her knee hurt. So what we worked on was just gentle mobility, a lot of different breathing drills, and I completely tossed that aside. So I would say use your ears more than your mouths in this particular field. So if you have any questions about any of those, any certifications. Oh, and the one that I guess is most useful to me is that I'm a running coach, which it's fine. The breathing one in the Z Health is a little bit better towards things. So that's it. That's all. If you have questions, holler.
What do you, I'm sorry, what do you do as a running coach?
So I have a couple different clients that have different goals. One of them wants to actually start running, and we've been working on different types of mechanics and strategies behind that. I have another that was supposed to run Chicago this year. Unfortunately, Chicago's virtual, so we work on strength conditioning. I teach them different breathing techniques to meet different PRs, him specifically because of what his is. I have a couple recreational runners that are working on actually liking how to run. Really gates and providing them with different types of runs and workouts to keep them strong and to keep them mobile, because you can't just go on a 5-mile run every day. That's not good for anybody. I actually have a workshop in a month that goes over how to stay a strong runner in the winter, but using a brain-based approach. If you ever read Tim Noakes, he has a really great ideas and theories, but there's more science about the central governor theory versus, fatigue doesn't live in your limbs. When you feel the lactic acid buildup, which it's not lactic acid, it's lactate, let's just be clear, that isn't how you fatigue. It's actually this responding to that. So using that approach and the brain-based approach to fatigue and how to outlast it by different training techniques. That's kind of what I teach and how it's a little bit different than just going to a running club. Okay, cool.
Any other quick questions before she has to leave?
Is there a way that we can get in contact with you, maybe just to do like our own you just evaluating us and talk about certain breathing techniques?
Yeah, actually I provide 15-minute coaching consultations free. And then if you're interested in like a breathing coaching or training, I can provide you with a free link, free 2 weeks actually, to our classes, our virtual classes. I teach functional breathing and strength. If you're really concerned about your own individual breathing and you're interested in one-on-one coaching for that, it's 6 weeks that I do initially. Because hopefully after 6 weeks, you've gotten enough tools that you don't need to continue seeing me, hopefully. Yeah, I've done my job right. And for that, I would just recommend emailing me or emailing info@annieforrest.com. That's Sarah, who is our wonderful little scheduling coordinator, and she can schedule you with like a consult call. And I do that via Zoom, or I do it sometimes on the phone. I don't know if anybody's familiar with like stuff that's called the Bolt score that we use in the Oxygen Advantage, but we have somebody that has an autoimmune disorder, and she was like running out of breath just walking half a flight of stairs, and now she's able to walk up 2 flights of stairs, and she actually feels okay. And that's only been 3 weeks. So it's pretty powerful to be able to get people to actually get up off of the couch now so that they can hopefully find joy in movement again. Does that help? Do you guys want the email? Does Annie have the, or does? Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know you gotta go. So I really appreciate you being here, and thank you as well.
Yeah, thanks guys. Hi Laura, miss you. Okay. Bye guys.
All right.